Well, now that's kind of how New Jersey is, because the Prudential Center is in town, but most of the shit that pop off happens at Giant Stadium still, like WrestleMania weekend. And that's like 40 minutes away from anything. There's there is nothing around. Dude. Yeah, word up.
We don't for the poor don't get this shit.
Hell nah.
We could check out here.
They not trying to
pisses me off, man. I want a wrestling organization to actually come where the people are. You know what I'm saying?
I do. Well, where does MLW tape at?
Oh, they tape right here off the Cicero. They're awesome about that.
Alright, that's what I'm fucking with.
They're right by the Pink Line, literally like 2 blocks from the Pink Line.
I ain't gonna stunt, man. If I was y'all, I'd be at MLW like every week. Real shit. Be there every week.
They sell the fucking. You got connections.
I believe that.
They sell out fucking faster.
I believe that. I believe that. And if it's a taping based, what's the name and shit? I know it's like 1 ticket for 4 shows and shit.
Oh, they sell out too damn quick. I can't get ML tickets. That's how quick. But it's mostly Latino talent.
Yeah.
Which is smart for MLW because they know where they are.
Yep. Yep.
Literally, fucking MLW don't have to complain about Latino people not showing up, because that's all they got when they come to Chicago.
That's facts. Everybody in that crowd, damn man. Honestly, that's why I like their product, though. That's also why I like Seth Rollins as the Universal Champion, because, you know, he's a minority.
Yeah, but he don't act it. He don't really play up to it.
Hey, that's my favorite Latino that's in the WWE. For me, the greatest Latinos in WWE history go Eddie Guerrero, Seth Rollins. Wait. Nope. Seth freaking Rollins. Alright, I'm trolling.
I know you're trolling.
Word up. Yeah, honestly, I wonder if Sammy Guevara is gonna be at that shit. There is no nugget. I didn't say anything like that. You want a golden nugget, you gotta holler at Chaos 101 Darkness. Yeah, I know. That was some good rights. Thank you. I appreciate it.
But like I said, besides MLW, nobody comes to the hood. Nobody comes to the hood.
That's facts. That's definitely facts.
WWE used to do it back in the day. Well, not WWE, but WCW. They used to have Nitro at the United Center until we started acting up like fools.
That might be why y'all don't got it no more. That's why New Jersey ain't got shit. Could be shooting up all the clubs. All of them.
Well, you know Chicago, dude. If we don't like your product, we'll tell you or show you. Once we start showing you, we don't want to stop showing you. So you better bring up a really good quality fucking wrestling event if you come to Chicago. Not the suburb Chicago, I mean Chicago.
That's facts.
So that's the reason why, because, well, Chicago, wants to see a real fucking match.
You were you there for Money in the Bank 2011?
No, I wasn't. I decided to go to StarCast.
You said 2011.
When was 2011? I'm trying to think. No, I wasn't.
CM Punk rolled out with the belt. Who won the actual Money in the Bank that year? Sandow?
Del Rio. And then Del Rio cashed in at SummerSlam after Punk beat Cena when Kevin Nash came out and powerbombed him.
I forgot what WrestleMania was, but I was there where John Cena versus Triple H. I was in nosebleed section, but that's where I was.
I was 23.
Oh, you were there?
No. I just
I was like, I was only a couple rows above you if you were in row 23.
Yeah, that was WrestleMania 23. I went to 29 in the very top seats in New York, and then we went to Louisiana for 34, and then got.
I had some cruddy ass seats. I mean, if Club was with me, he'd be like, man, we gotta be standing. What the fuck, sheep your ass, motherfucker? That's what Club would be saying.
I ain't gonna stun 2 belts. And once I get in the arena, I'm sitting wherever the fuck I want, bro. Real talk. They better know. That's why I wasn't worried about WrestleMania. I'm like, yo, if I get a ticket into that bitch, that's ball game. It's like I don't care how popular, how big WrestleMania is. I know there's a better seat down there somewhere.
Well, my broke ass can't afford much.
Oh no, I ain't saying we gotta afford it. I buy nosebleed and wind up on the hard cam. Shit.
You gotta teach me those secrets, clothes, cause you can't do that shit in Chicago when I get arrested.
You just walk out. No, we the owner of my gym paid for my tickets like anything. He bought me the 34 and the 35 tickets. And they were really good seats too. They were 34 hours on hard game.
Did it right. That was just this past year, right? Or the year before?
34 was the year before. 35 we also bought our tickets, but we were in the summer back. At 34 we were in like the UFC section. Like we were right next to Mickey Gall and Roger Waller and Kurt Anderson.
I did it right.
I can't get good to save my life.
What else am
I mean, with War Games coming, I got halfway decent seats.
Join me for Night Fighter. Fight strong.
Yeah.
All aboard the Octrain.
I've been to a lot of shows.
Pick the right way and go.
I haven't. I went to more shows that one weekend last year than I had ever been to. That's still half as many shows as I've been to. And I've still yet to see a whole show live. Real shit.
I'm here today.
Oh, if I get these Skybox tickets, we seen this shit as soon as it starts.
Hell yeah, we gonna be at that motherfucker at like 3 in the fuck goddamn Starcast. We gonna be at that bitch at 3 in the afternoon, bruh.
As soon as we do whatever we gotta do in Starcast, we leaving that Saturday.
Heard up. We standing in front of the damn arena and shit at 6 in the morning like, we got Skybox tickets, $420. Got 3 slots left. 420.
What do you think is over here? Might be something good. Heard that.
Alright, I sent you the what's the name already. It's like 5 more things I need to do. They go to Dragon right there though. That's some bullshit though. I'm talking about the Dragon. Oh, well. Yeah, this game is, I mean, it's like, on one hand, it's free, so I can't really complain about the fact that they don't really spend no time on changing or improving the board or any shit.
Yeah, there's also no black characters.
No, there is black characters. You talking about AEW?
Oh, no, I'm not about fishing in it.
Oh, damn. Oh, we talking about Apex.
I complain about DayZ, and I pay for it, so at least you got a free game about it.
Oh my god, I love DayZ.
Alright,
I love DayZ, but I don't love it on PS4.
Let me clarify
I really hate
that.
it.
There are no non-effeminate black characters in AEW. I'm saying they got a spot wide open for me. Me or Moose or Bobby Lashley. You know, every company only needs one of us. We got a big black guy. We got one under contract.
You bogus club.
That's facts though, man. It's facts. It used to be Ahmed Johnson, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm a textbook black wrestling fan. As soon as I see a black guy, I'm with him. Now you got to be good. Stevie Ray ain't hold my attention for too long, you know. Booker T did, still do. I fuck with Stevie Ray.
To get your attention, he has to be good. So why are you a Moose fan? Tell me.
I told you this already, okay? 2 belts. You have to understand that a guy who has watched wrestling his whole life, who decides to be a wrestler, is always going to be better than any other guy. All right. Now that we've accepted that, the guy who leaves football to join professional wrestling, to me, I got to compare that against a different scale. Because, see, the guy who wants to be a wrestler, I got to compare him against 50 years worth of guys. There's been tons of guys like that. But the Mooses only get compared to the Ernie the Cat Lads, the Lawrence Taylors, the Baron Corbin. This is why I don't hate on Baron Corbin, really. Because for a football guy who transitioned into wrestling, he's way better than Goldberg. Word up.
Got him.
And Roman Reigns, this is also why I kind of not big on Roman. It's like Moose doesn't have much more than what Roman has. Roman's gotten a significantly greater push than Moose has over the last 4 or 5 years. I'm pretty sure Moose has had a better football career than Roman Reigns as well, but Moose's cousin isn't named Dwayne. And and I think for football athletes turned wrestlers, I would immediately expect them to go to the WWE, to want to go to the WWE, to not wrestle nowhere but the WWE. So every time I see Moose wrestling on the indie circuit or on these smaller companies like Impact and shit, I respect him way more than Ronda Rousey, who just goes to WWE. Like, I got more respect for Shayna Baszler because that's its own type to me. An MMA fighter who becomes a wrestler. I got to compare that to the Ken Shamrocks and the Dan Severns and the Steve Blackman, who, in my opinion, they're not great when you compare them to The Rock, yeah, but they all serve a function. And when you got a Ken Shamrock Lions Den match, that shit could main event 3 pay-per-views a year. You feel what I'm saying? Like, all you need is Ken Shamrock in that bitch. Now, I'm still going back when he was in his prime, but if you get Shayna Baszler in the Lions Den match, we selling tickets. I don't give a fuck, because her gimmick is predicated on that. So I don't know. I kind of grade everybody on a scale, which makes it difficult for John Cena, because I thought he was the bodybuilder who turned wrestler, but then once he got the belt, they started selling the fact that he's been always wanting to be the champion since he was 5. And I'm like, I thought he was a bodybuilder.
He was a reality star.
I'm like, I thought he was a rapper. But you know, I know the rapper was just, you know. Hey, word up. And now look at him. You know, he's not even a Marine or nothing but he did the Marine gimmick. And that was like always interesting to me, because Randy Orton's actually a former Marine, but he's never taken on any other gimmick.
I thought that would be given to him.
Yeah, well, John Cena coasted off of the Marine movie and turned that into his gimmick in wrestling. And he ain't even do as many Marine movies as The Miz. This is why that part's like really funny to me, because like ironically, The Miz is like embodied that role and has never needed to use it really as part of his character, unless, you know, he was, you know, I just came back from shooting it. You know, he didn't ever tweak his character to be, even right now in his first ever face run, he's not over here, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I can't say he's not acting like an ambulance driver, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, John Cena literally became the Marine on screen. He wore the camo, started doing salutes for no reason and shit. And it worked. That's also the same reason why Lacey Evans comes out there like that and all that shit. As soon as Lacey Evans turns face, those tribute to the troops is going to be the Lacey Evans show. I already smell it. And if they don't do it, they're stupid. So, I mean, I ain't about to blame them for doing it, you know?
No. Vince leaving Lacey Evans, I would love to think in my head about something like this, okay? Vince started out and Vince just said, she's blonde. This is such good shit.
Oh, she's a Marine too? Yo, they need to put Lacey. Now we talking about it. Becky Lynch was the villain in the last Marine movie. Did she die? Because if she didn't die, her versus Lacey Evans, she did die? Well, in
No, she
typical
didn't
movie,
die.
oh, Subal says she didn't die. The next Marine movie, Lacey Evans, it should be Lacey Evans versus Becky Lynch. Word up. Because she definitely need to take over that role. Yeah, let the Miz stay on TV, you know. Graduate to doing Fast and Furiouses and shit. Just give Lacey Evans the rub.
Straight to video.
Yeah, because somebody told, I think Kingslayer said that Shawn Michaels said he wanted that Marine franchise, and he about to be the Marine moving forward anyway. He might as well put
no,
him.
that don't make no fucking sense to Sean as a Marine.
Well, the thing that fucked me up was that he had hair in the Marine, but he didn't have hair in Australia and shit. Like, that really had fucked me up.
Sean gets captured and he's like, no guys, I lost my smile. I thought I did it.
Hold up this paper and repeat after us. Guys, I think I'm gonna take my ball and go home. You can't threaten Shawn Michaels, he threatens you. Oh man, Shawn Michaels is the best show.
Hold on, what you just said like a couple months ago? How much you hated Shawn Michaels, how much you loved Bret Hart?
Oh, when I said Shawn Michaels is the best, I was definitely being sarcastic. I mean, he's like textbook Shawn Michaels. Like the same Shawn Michaels that there is today, the same one who told AJ Styles, I just don't see what's in it for me. It's the same Shawn Michaels who said about Test, I just don't think he got what it takes. He's no Kev. It's the same Shawn Michaels, bruh.
Shawn Michaels is a fucking
Yeah, if you don't like anybody besides Shawn Michaels and his buddies, he's the man. Because then, you know, you're going to get what you want every episode. But if you like any other wrestlers, like Adam Bomb or Test or Farouk, Bam Bam, Dean Douglas, Jeff Jarrett, there's like a whole generation of wrestlers that these dudes have buried. But it's like I'm totally giving Nash the pass for all of this. This is all going on Shawn and Triple H.
Shawn Michaels is a man.
That's facts.
And I'm just saying this over the 7 years that I experienced in his career.
I ain't gonna stop, man. Them 7 years of that career you talking about is the only part of it I really appreciate. Because I thought that motherfucker was done. Like, I don't think y'all understand that Daniel Bryan shit. Like, I knew he was about to come back and wrestle. When Shawn Michaels left that match, that Mania, where fucking Mike Tyson was a special enforcer and all that shit, we knew Shawn Michaels was done after that. The next night on Raw, it was like a wrap. His whole career was over. He wasn't coming back. He was a commissioner like 3 weeks later. And the only other person before that was like commissioner was Sergeant Slaughter, and he was done when he was commissioner. So we thought Shawn Michaels was done. That motherfucker ain't come back for another 5 years.
Sergeant Slaughter's legacy is always.
Yeah, Sergeant Slaughter one of the goats though.
Just because of the
Now Sergeant Slaughter for me is the GOAT because of G.I. Joe. Like, I don't give a fuck what he ever did in professional wrestling. G.I. Joe, there's only like 3-4 wrestlers that top Sergeant Slaughter, because ain't nobody cooler than Sergeant Slaughter was in G.I. Joe, bro. If y'all ain't see that G.I. Joe movie, y'all don't understand. That motherfucker Sergeant Slaughter was about to go one-on-one with Nimitz and Force and shit. He didn't give a fuck.
I'm amazed that motherfucker didn't have his own panel at StarCast. Sergeant Slaughter. That would have been some interesting shit to hear from what the shit he went through.
What we talking about? I'm kind of mad I ain't talked to him about G.I. Joe.
This is such a good ticket. I have to get it.
That is such good shit. Oh, you good, bro? I ain't playing shit. Let me get my mom right.
Damn, somebody making pizza and it fucking smells good. I don't know where the hell it's coming from, but I want some.
Shit, I'm with it.
Club experience that Chicago pizza. You know that smell? It lures you. It makes you hungry.
Yeah. I'm vowing to go take down at least 3 slices when I come out there. In the first go, I ain't eating no bread. You know, I feel like I lost the motherfucking hot dog eating contest or something. I gotta come back better next year.
Hey, that was even fucking good. I hate to admit it.
I'm a stunt, bro. We go to that same spot. I'm throwing the camera out at the table, and we about to call that shit the second annual Chicago pizza eating contest and shit. Do that shit for the stream.
But like I said, it's a hole in the wall joint, and not many people know about it. That's
Man,
why
that
it's so
spot is not no
intimate.
hole in the wall, bro. They got cloth on the tables, dog. That's the if that shit was in this town, it would be the fanciest motherfucker in this whole town. In 40 miles.
Well, it's a hole in the wall compared to the other ones there in Chicago. Trust me, dude.
I believe you, though.
Introducing your champion.
Now that spot we went and got them hot dogs at after the Warrior Wrestling show, now to me,
Yeah, that was
that's
good.
a hole in the wall. But the food was good though, and the service was great. Heard up, they're giving us, they was offering to get us these refills before we even needed them bitches. Shit.
Dude, I get like super uncomfortable when my parents like start yelling at like waiters and at the restaurant.
Shit, because everybody be like, why didn't you take Coke to go Tito's? Or Gino East? I'm like, I can't afford that shit. I took them to this hole in the wall pizza joint that I got.
That spot was popping, bro. And they was nice.
I took him like to the most ghettoest one too, Casey. You got it was like in a really shitty ass neighborhood.
He's lying his ass off, man. I promise you, there's gotta be way, way worse places to get. There's worse places to get pizza than that in New Jersey. Everywhere, like everywhere. There's barely.
What you know about wings and things? Alright, that's probably the worst pizza I've ever had.
Oh damn! I don't think I ever had pizza from Wings and Things. I don't go to places that's named something and get something else though. Like the most I'm gonna do is like I don't eat beef no more, so I'm gonna go to. I gotta get like if we go somewhere, I gotta get a chicken sandwich. Like.
You want to talk about that? I'm going to Mexican restaurant. Go to the hot dog.
Oh yeah, you definitely right. You white as hell. I'd have been in the kitchen mad as hell at you, like. Real talk. I've been black as hell in a Mexican kitchen. Like, who the fuck want a hot dog? I swear to God.
I'm trying to point out a fucking good ass Italian beef place, but the ones I know are real fancy. So I'm like gonna have to take you to the ghetto to get Italian beef, because you said you didn't have one while you were up here.
Word up. Yeah, nah. That's probably.
So don't expect no Al's beef and shit. You gonna have to.
Bro, that's gonna be whatever it is. Gonna be the only beef I eat in 2019. Promise you that. Promise
Because
you
we're
that.
thinking about the taste of Chicago. Me and Fly. I mean, Miss Belt.
Word up.
But like I said, that's like around where I live, club. So I don't know if you want to go around there.
Oh, bro, I ain't never scared, bro. This Clever Dot t-shirt that I wear done seen some of the roughest parts of America. And I'm proud to say that. Because I walked in and walked out of that bitch.
I just see Baltimore.
Yep. Yep. Baltimore and Towson.
Let me at him. Oscar Mike, I'm spotted.
I ain't gonna stun, there's a couple people out there that got them shirts. That's all it's about. Just planting your seed. I'm trying to get like 2 belts still. Trying to plant my seed all over the place.
That's my job. Is always trying to spread my seed.
Heard up.
Well, if you were around early club in Chicago, like visit Pro Wrestling Tees,
Yeah,
Shit,
I will
get your
be.
name in the door there.
Yo, word up. I'm trying to get us set up on a shop there, man. I feel like we done enough work in changing the wrestling world that we could, we've done a lot of work. I think we could sell some shirts of a lot of pro wrestling tees. What do you think, Luke? You think we could go ahead and, think we should have a pro wrestling tee store?
That makes bank in Chicago like crazy.
There's one person over there still shooting. Yeah, your person won't hit no shit. Oh, they had a third.
That's a
They had
good
a
question.
third.
Is New Jersey a big old fucking wrestling city?
Um, it's not. What it is that most of it that does happen is not happening near the city part of it. It definitely ain't happening in the hood, and the hood is like the city part of it. That's where like Newark and all that shit's at. All the wrestling I've ever seen come out of New Jersey, when it's something that's cool that's happening, it's usually in Rahway. That goes down to this United We Stand that happened over that weekend. And there's a lot of stuff that happens in like South Jersey, but they have like New Jersey, they have NJPW as well. They got New Jersey Pro Wrestling or whatever, which I think operates a school and has like local events and shit. But still ain't none of that. I don't think ever really came close enough for me to really go check it out, or didn't have a big enough star at it that made me want to go check it out.
Well, if you opened up a pro wrestling team, you think you would make money up there? That's what I was trying to get.
Oh, open up a store? Hell yeah.
Let's. One, two, three, four.
Because I was thinking about opening up one on the south side, but I think pro wrestling, the one that's on the north side, would get most of the business.
That's probably the case. It depends. You said that one joint out there is called Freelance Wrestling. You said that's the one they fuck with.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one they own. Pro wrestling teams.
Since stomping grounds last night with Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins, WWE has posted 6 times about like what happened. Pictures.
Oh, there's a couple.
Yeah.
I knew they were gonna do that shit.
Yeah. It's cute though.
It's desperate.
Well, let's get down to business. Like, you know, Casey, we all know that you're real Trumpy, and
Not really.
well, I know that you're not going to be particularly keen on the couples aspect of it, but E! News is, and it gives them a reason for ESPN to run a story on them. It makes the company look better. They both got the belt. They both got matching belts.
That's period red belts.
Well, you know, it's the catch-up championship.
Let's land here.
Yeah, we're all aware of that. But when people watch on ESPN, they just see these guys got belts. They say WWE on them. But man, it is what it is. It is desperate. But I mean, you know.
Let's explore this way.
Good song.
Attention. First blood.
First fatality. Let the games begin.
Now the real question is if it's a work or not. A lot of people said Cena and Nikki Bella was a work.
If it's a work, it's a really good ass work.
Yeah, it's definitely not a work. Then again, there hasn't been any pictures of them existing ever, so I'm not sure.
Never know. Always interesting developments. Always combustible elements. What you mean they're bots?
This is where I was at when they disconnected me. Now they landed me back in the same place.
Attention.
I don't trust this game at all no more after I said I picked up Joe K. Green's items last night. Joe ain't played this shit since goddamn the day it came out or some shit like that. Deleted it that day too. Played one game. Apex. And I shot the dragon down and got a box that said it was Joe K. Green's items. Day before that, Kingslayer shot it. Huh? Yeah, word up. I think right now I got that and Conan need an update or it won't play and shit. But Kingslayer said he gonna open up the server on Conan on Wednesday and shit. Right now everybody got basically God mode.
And that's a bad thing.
No, we're all supposed to like do all the shit we wanted to do before Wednesday, because as soon as Wednesday happened, you know, everybody's gonna be able to run up in our server.
Fuck Conan. Not even know it's about.
That's just crazy. I word up.
Oh, look. Someone wandered into our safe space. We got trouble. Really close. Down. Reloading. Contact with hostile. Death box over there. We should go this way. Healing. I am taking fire, friends. I am down.
They spotted me. I'm taking shots. I've been down.
I don't doubt it.
It's gone.
Gotta hop up here. Check fire.
In progress.
Alright.
I could use that.
Attention. Delivering care package.
I need a hop up.
It's fucking actually nice in Chicago for a change. It ain't no cold. It's not too hot. It's actually nice. Ain't gonna last long. Maybe next 10 minutes.
Yeah, they told us we got some good shit for about a week.
See, when you were here, it was raining. I'm like, God dang, Cole's gonna think this is Seattle. That's how much it rained in Chicago when you were
It
here.
was raining. But I won't trip it, man. Oh, bad.
Fuck this guy. I hate when people run GTA races and don't allow custom cars.
I just got done playing Overwatch, man. Everybody's trash on there now. I gotta wait until like a couple more hours, maybe there'll actually be some quality on there.
So we played Apex and GTA. What are you doing?
Luke playing Apex and then editing a video. Over here updating the title list and trying to update this website. So definitely fucked up, bruh. I'm like, who the fuck is listening to Aladdin?
I have no idea, dude.
Nah, this is an ad and shit.
Ready, steady, go!
Lock and load, rinse, repeat. It's that
Ready
simple.
to go.
This is your champion.
Yeah.
Hold your breath if you have to breathe.
Beginning ring countdown.
We're outside the ring.
Attention.
Get ready for a world of hurt.
First blood.
First fatality. Let the games begin.
Body shield here. Level 1. You need one if you don't have it. New kill leader. Watch your 6.
Here I go. Team, I found the next ring location for us. Check your maps.
Body shield here. Level 2. You need one if you don't have it. Energy, forget that.
Grappling. I am taking fire, friends. Recharging shields. I have been down.
Taking fire! Wouldn't let down range. Just us now. Gotta watch each other's back. Reloading. I'm down. Need a medic.
In progress.
Who's got the shield in the background? Oh, that's my ass.
I'd say eat my dust, but you're already dead, amigo.
So what does everybody got planned for today?
Going to the gym.
I'm about to work on a whole bunch of shit for us. Help secure the future for the Fight Club. Dead ass stuff.
Which means eventually I'm gonna stream every day. We'll start every week.
Somehow we ended up winning.
Shit, ain't nothing wrong with that.
I know y'all think I'm gonna be wrong for saying this, but that's gonna be a good match. Sammy Callahan versus Tessa Blanchard. That's gonna be fucking interesting.
Why would I think you're wrong for saying that?
Cause it's a guy versus a girl.
Yeah, that's the only kind of matches she's wrestled for the last 2 months that I've seen. Since Gail Kim, to be honest with you. And I get exactly the point she's trying to make. And I think at the same time it's giving, this is what I talk about good booking. So while she's fighting dudes, it's giving the actual best women's wrestler in the world, Taya Valkyrie, the opportunity to elevate the women's division. And all the rest of the women in the division, an opportunity to step up their game, which I think they all are doing. And it gives the company the opportunity to flex and bring in people like Jessica Havoc. So that way when Tessa Blanchard starts fighting women again, the women's division will be so vastly improved that it's gonna matter even more when she comes back to dominate. It's just gonna matter more that she's gonna come back to wrestling women in Impact, and let alone the crop of women that's gonna be there, you know what I'm saying, from the Madison Reigns to all the women I mentioned as well.
That match is gonna be a barn burner when it comes to Jessica Havoc versus Tessa. That's gonna make Impact some money.
Word up. Word up. Yeah, Impact's clearly, in my opinion, like, you know, I don't know, like WWE may have a roster, but when we talk about division, we talk about more than just the roster, what's on paper. We talking about like how they're used and shit like that. And it's like, I still didn't even mention Jordynne Grace, who's probably the most popular women's wrestler in the world. Real talk.
Attention. First blood.
First blood. Should have seen that coming.
I don't know. I don't see them really putting much of a sunshine light on Jordynne Grace, but I could be wrong.
Round 1. Beginning ring countdown.
I think Jordynne Grace knows that she's not Tessa Blanchard or Taya Valkyrie. I think she also knows that she has the most breakout potential out of everybody on that roster to be a star.
That's got a kick.
Yeah, but she gonna get lost in the shuffle. I mean, because really, you don't really see Jordynne Grace as much of a threat, you know.
Contact.
Firing. Reloading.
I think that's debatable. But that's still all on booking. And I guess my thing is that, like, at any moment, they can book Jordynne Grace to go over Taya, and it's not going to be a hard sell for me at all. But I also understand why they haven't done that yet, because I think we've seen, I think since she's been there, she's feuded with both Taya and Tessa Blanchard. I don't think she's been able to capture the women's title. But then again, with that all being said, like, she's technically the newest chick there. You feel what I'm saying? And so I feel like they're booking her right.
Stake, you know, something good to, you know, push her career.
I get what you're saying, but I still feel like, you know how I be saying in WWE, and like it's Braun Strowman right now, where there's somebody in the WWE that gets like everything but the belts. She'd be that person for me, and what's the name? Like, I'd raise her up through the King of the Ring. Like, she's like that guy for me, especially with that division. Like, Jessica Havoc's a veteran. Taya's a vet, but new in the company. Madison Reigns a veteran in the company. It's like a lot of these people. Madison Reigns probably the person I'd have Jordynne Grace feuding with right now. I don't know how that would work out with face versus heel and shit, but like for the positions that they have on the roster, that's who I'd have her fighting right now.
All I'm saying is Impact don't use her in a year, maybe a year and a half. She should go to AEW, because AEW needs her.
And AEW is responsible for her popularity. Word up. I promise y'all, man. Me and Two Belts saw her on Friday. All In was Saturday. Nobody cared who she was until All In. Until that over the budget battle royal, and after that, You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, in my opinion, she was like the breakout star from All In. Her and it was a couple of people, man. They're really impressed, but like I don't think many people knew who Jordynne Grace was, myself included, much before All In. I only knew who she was because, you know, like I was like right there next to her on the elevator for the luckiest 30 seconds in my life.
Cause I can see Jordynne Grace versus Awesome Kong in AEW. Like I said, there's matches there in AEW.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Ring's closing. I like pushing limits.
I'm definitely with that.
But we gotta go.
But I think she's had the opportunity to wrestle some incredible women, and I still, like I said, I understand that Impact's a company, and there's only one belt, and when you sign people like Taya Valkyrie, you sign people like Tessa Blanchard, they're gonna get the belt.
No. I told you since Tessa was on WoW, they were gonna give her the belt.
Word up, word up, word up. I'm about to say, I think Tessa was out there holding up one of the championships when they introduced the women's tag team belts in WoW as well. Her and the announcer, the producer guy.
Yeah, you give her anything, she gonna run with it and make money with it.
Yeah, she's the star of the show. Clearly the star of the show on WoW. I don't think Impact's pushed her that hard, but you know it's a different. The shows are different, you know. And honestly, I feel like Wrestle Circus pushes Tessa Blanchard the way WoW does. They push her like she's the second or the number 1 or 2 star that they have. That's why she was in the main event. Word up. I agree. That's why I'm not worried about her or Jordynne Grace. I know that they've had a healthy rivalry on the indie circuit before any of the stuff that happened on and during the stuff that happened on Impact. I know both of them have had good feuds with Brian Cage on the indies and I think on Impact for 1 or 2 of them as well. And I'm just continually impressed by everything that all 3 of them do, man. Cage included, man. Wait, so in Impact, Mike Elgin just turned on Johnny Mundo?
Yeah.
So is Johnny Mundo back to being face again somehow?
I don't see it.
I'm confused as fuck. Maybe it's one of those things where everybody just wants the belt, so the lines are a little blurred while they about to fight.
Beginning ring countdown.
Which was stupid for Impact to make him a heel, because he's a better face. He sells more merchandise as a face than as a heel. But
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm such a fan of John Morrison that I don't really care what he does as long as he gets camera time. Word up. I didn't understand why WWF wasn't pushing him. But at the same token, I didn't understand why they weren't pushing Cody Rhodes and a lot of these other guys who were out here. Alright. Word up. That shit keeps coming back to bite them in the ass right now, because a lot of those guys that they passed up on were really good guys, and a lot of guys that they were trying to crown. Like, I think about that when I think about the Cruiserweight division, because it's literally a division we've all seen them put together. We watched the whole shit from the CWC till now. And, you know, while there's been a lot of talent in the Cruiserweight division, 205 Live, I don't really think it's been a success. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm happy these guys have had an hour of television or an hour of network, WWE network television, to showcase their ability. And there's a lot of like things here, because it's like most of the champions aren't even there no more. There are a lot of guys, like we just seen Nice and Gulak get the belts. Gulak being the champ now, Nice just dropping the belt to him. And like there was a time where that match would have really mattered to me. This is like 2 years later. Because I love those 2 dudes when they were a tag team. I fucking loved them. I wanted them to get the tag team titles, dog. They was like the main reason I wanted Cruiserweight tag belts, is because Nice and Gulak was killing that shit together. It didn't matter who the fuck they was trolling. They was killing that shit. But a lot of guys they wound up getting rid of. You know, Rich Swann, Neville, Enzo,
TJ Perkins,
TJP.
which surprised me because that was a fucking talent and a half. I don't know why WWE, that was money there.
Level 4.
Yeah, but the thing that I'm not gonna forget is that the same way they jettison certain guys to the top, I know that they oh, and Austin Aries too. I know that they really had. You could say that, but like, if it's between him having a belt and Enzo Amore having a belt, or it's between him beating Neville for the belt or Enzo Amore beating Neville for the belt, which one you rather have had a championship, 2 belts? Enzo? All right, but that's my whole point. Because at least he gonna wrestle, and they both could talk shit. Heard up. But you know, I guess that's what I'm trying to say is like the WWE wanted to put Enzo over like as soon as they realized he weighed 205 pounds and shit, and realized they wanted to make him a star. That's like they immediately put him on 205 Live, and it seemed like next week he was the cruiserweight champ.
Yo, we should def check out that care package.
And you know, in a very Drake Maverick kind of way, where he's showing us that he's a great talker, but we haven't really seen him be great in the ring in the WWE. I kind of understood what WWE's trying to do when they gave Enzo that strap, but at the same time, I'm like, you shouldn't have stopped this Neville run for this shit. Like, hell no, you shouldn't have stopped. You should have just let Enzo talk for the first 15 minutes on 205 Live for the next 6 weeks and shit. Give him this match 3 months from now or some shit. Build it all the way up. Deny him. Give him some babyface pops. But you know,
But the 205, they don't get to run at the speed that they're used to. Like Mysterio back in ECW, you know what I'm talking about? That cruiserweight speed.
I agree.
So that's why 205 will never succeed.
Plus, I don't feel like and still we giving them all these great ideas, and there's a few things that I did peep. I've seen some reports that they're going to stop doing commercials during matches, and I know that's something Kingslayer was harping heavy on last week. He said that was the reason why they were all these 2 out of 3 falls joints, so that could be the commercial break. So you know, they're struggling their way to make like the simple things, and that's like the really thing that's funny to me is like they're like struggling to make simple things. They never thought about the let's stop cutting to commercial this whole time until now, ironically. Alright.
Because they actually had fans that were willing to watch the product and actually gave a shit about it.
Yeah, well, that shit ain't about to work. Like we said, desperate times, desperate measures.